Heyo! Welcome back, everybody. This is EonShiKeno. I'm going to be commentating some games from DreamHack Valencia that just happened this previous weekend. They didn't get to commentate all the games on the stream, so I'm going to commentate some of the best of the series from the open, let's see, round of 64, round of 32, and you know, just whatever else I can find going around here. And so first off, I thought, why not commentate the Taeja versus Stephano game here on Metropolis. So let's introduce our players. Once again, Stephano, the blue Zerg player, all on the right side of the map, on the top side. He's going to be up in here. And his opponent, Liquid Taeja. I mean, this guy, this Terran player is, I mean, there's no hotter Terran player right now than Taeja. He is just on fire. Everybody's talking about Taeja lately. He is a really good, I mean, just a really good Starcraft 2 player. I mean, not much else to say, and he'll probably show that for us in all of these games from DreamHack Valencia. But one thing I got to say is his match versus Rain GSL was, Rain is sick. I mean, that you guys need to watch that game. If you haven't seen the Rain versus Taeja series, you need to watch that, because that, wow, that was crazy stuff right there. And that's what you, at least that's what I tune into StarCraft for, is just some crazy, awesome, high-level play. And I mean, that was just blew my mind away right there. So, anyways, we have close air spawning positions for Taeja and Stephano. Taeja gonna go with the command center first opening, more than likely transitioning into reactor Hellions. That's kind of the go-to thing to do. Stephano already has it all scouted out with his overlord there. Heading straight towards that expansion. I'll be happy to know that there's an expansion there being built. There's not going to be any proxy buildings being placed. Spawning pool going down for Stephano. And of course, Stephano isn't in Millennium anymore, as his name shows here in-game. He's actually with EG at the moment. Of course, everybody probably knows that, but I figure I'd clear that up for any of the noobs out there. You know, there's always a couple new people who just jump into StarCraft, and they don't know everything, so you gotta help them out. And what is this thing on the ground? That's just the weirdest looking light show there. That's crazy. Exclamation point, GSL. Exactly, GSL was just talking about that. So double barracks going up here for Taeja. Probably see double gas going up here pretty soon. And Stephano, what's he going to play on this map? Is he going to go mutas? Maybe might go for mutas this game. Maybe he'll just go for a lot of lings and roaches. Well, we will see. We will see. This map does have a third over here, relatively easy to defend. This is one of those maps that it seems like it always goes to, not always goes to, but when it goes late game, it's just a crazy late game. I remember so many like map split in half battles on here. You know, massive battle cruisers, huge air battles back and forth. So if this does go late game, this map will be split in half like nobody's business. It's kind of like Shakura's Plateau in that sense, or even Metropolis got split in half quite a bit, and those maps made for some pretty epic late game battles. Stephano set up with the queens. They're already going to go up to, actually no, he's taking the 2 gas out the natural, so he isn't up on 4 gas yet. He's about to call that, but no, not yet. He's going to be up on 4 queens, so doing with the queen defense, where Taeja is doing the command center defense. Command center is going to go up to a quick third command center there for Taeja, even before taking his 2 extra gas, so he's just going to be on 2 barracks, producing them for a while here. And I kind of feel that Taeja's going to go puck with these guys. That's pretty much the only reason I could see him doing here, trying to hit a, you know, sneak in there, hope that there's maybe not as many queens out, maybe pick off a queen. We will see what he can accomplish here with these Marines heading out across the map. Stephano does not have anything at that Zelnaga tower, so he's not aware of that. 1 Marine heading up here to scout, and he could maybe like cancel this third. That would be a pretty big deal here if Taeja can cancel out that expansion. With this Marine, he'll be up on 3 bases, and Stephano will be on 2, and that's exactly what he's going to do. I love this preemptive scouting with 1 Marine, and he's going to scout out this hatchery, and he's probably thinking, wow. And I love that. Look at that. He pulls the Marine back, waits until the other Marines get there before he attacks. That is so critical. That is so critical. I think he's going to let it finish. God damn it, Taeja. Why are you so good? That's crazy. So he kills the creep tumor, and now he's going to go in there. Is he going to let it finish? Is Stephano going to cancel it? Does he feel it? He selected it. It is going for it. Is Stephano going to cancel it? He doesn't have very many units on the way. He's going to let it. Oh, he canceled at the very last second. Nice job there from Stephano. I'm kind of surprised Taeja didn't just wait a little bit longer for it to finish, but there are already 12 Zerglings out on the map. 2 queens going to make their way to intercept to the Marines. Will he be able to take out a queen? Doesn't look like it takes out a creeper nonetheless, though. 1 queen goes down. Wow, this small Marine push has already been super effective, even if he loses all these Marines here. Just so well played there. Cancels the 3rd. Takes out a queen even. And look at this, sitting pretty over here on his 3rd command center. 1 bunker up for Taeja, fearing a retaliation from Stephano. He's going to quickly wall that off with an engineering bay. Zergling Stephano's Zerglings are so pissed. They're trying to get in there, and they are going to be able to sneak in there. They're going to take out that engineering bay very quickly. No, I thought he was just going to walk on in there, but that has to be opening there. But anyway, Stephano, let's check how many gas he's up to now. He's up on 4 gas. He's rebuilding that 3rd. Unfortunately, that's delayed quite a bit. He's got his double evolution chamber. That's so Stephano. Stephano, this is like every game you see Stephano. ZVT, he's got 2 evo chambers more than likely, and getting 1/1 for Zerglings. That's so Stephano there. Overlord here in position to scout it out. Reactor Hellions on the way, and a Banshee. So Taeja's following this up with a Reactor Hellion Marine push, and he's getting stim on top of it. So Taeja hasn't even taken this 3rd base yet. He's being really safe and careful this game. You know, Stephano's not a player you want to you know, try and push too many risks on, because he could punish you for it. There goes that infestation pit, so he's up on his layer tech. There it is, just now getting done. He's going to be able to clear out those destructible rocks, which is going to be really important to get some flanks on his opponent if they decide to push on in there. And a lot of creep tumors here from Stephano, using those queens quite well, even getting another creep tumor spreading this way, and a whole set of them through the middle. Here come the Hellions, and they do not have blue flame yet, not even researching yet, but look at that, +1/1 and stim on the way. So this next attack here from Taeja is going to do quite a bit of damage, I think. At least his Marine's going to be very heavily upgraded. And he's going to be able to control the map a little bit with the Hellions and the Banshee. He's at least going to stop the creep control, at least stop the creep spreading across the map. Excuse me, I'm just getting sinuses all of a sudden. But anyway, now the Zergling's going to move in, going to get the surround on the Hellions. Oh, yes. Oh, no, wait, those Hellions are made of butter. They're just going to... Look at this wiggle. What is that? That was crazy. That was crazy right there. He just kind of snuck on through there and makes it on out. So the Banshee does have control there. A couple Banelings out. 6 gases up now for Stephano. More Hellions out. Zerglings from Stephano blocking that 3rd for just a little bit, but it's going to be able to be placed there. 2-2 on the way for Stephano. Let's check the old work account while we're at it. 67 drones versus 58 SCVs. And lost tab, Zerg lost a little bit more there than the Terran players so far, but not too many things have been traded so far. And look at all the creep tumors that Stephano has managed to take out, or sorry, Taeja has managed to take out here in the middle of the map. Really reducing. Oh, nice clutch transfusion there from Stephano. Saves the queen and takes out the Banshee. Taeja's probably thinking, ah, damn it, I didn't see that queen in vision. 4th base going up for Stephano. Helling still controlling most of the map. Stephano quicking up to Hive. Teching up to Hive, rather. Quickly teching up to Hive. Should have it here pretty soon. Burrow on the way. Oh, I love Burrow. I love when Zerg players get Burrow and use it for burrowed Banelings or to microback infestors, stuff like that. And another thing Stephano really does, like something that's so Stephano, like I was talking about those 1/1 Ling upgrades, is Stephano loves to take burrowed infestors and use them as scouting units against like a Terran mech army or even a Terran bio army. So you'll probably see him do that this game. Combat shields on the way. 2-2 also coming out. Nice saturation here from Taeja. And I'm so used to seeing like all the numbers here from playing Heart of the Swarm so much. I'm like, wait, how many are here? I have to actually select and highlight it. This is so retro. That's funny. So the Banelings have their speed upgrade. And look at this, already getting adrenal glands and Ultralisk Den. Stephano really going for the late game here, getting so many upgrades. And likewise for Taeja. Both players are really close. Look at those upgrades. They're going to finish like within seconds of each other. The 2 upgrades for both players Taeja's now going to clear out a couple creep tumors, push forward. We'll see if he's going to continue this attack. Drop in the top left. Cool, it gets cleaned up. And he's going to get a lot of creep tumors here, doing another scan, going forward, and going to get all those creep tumors, but now he's going to be able to get picked up in the medevac. Going to sneak out of there just fine and dandy. But the infestors show up, and they're going to be able to take out these medevacs pretty quickly. Yep, those are going to go down. Drop again in the top left. The Marines are going to come out. The Baneling's going to go in, and oh, nice connect there. It loses all those Marines. But 2-2 done here for Taeja and Stephano at the same time. We have a flank coming around from the bottom. Is Stephano getting a nice trap here? The siege takes siege. Stim goes down, and Stephano comes in from everywhere. Where the Baneling's at, he's got a fungal or a Baneling connection there in the middle to wrap up this army pretty quickly. There it goes. And the majority of Taeja's army just falls. Stephano quickly rebuilding. 30 more Zerglings, a couple more reinforcements here from Taeja being intercepted. Is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. Stephano is going to be forced to fall back. And are those Marines going to give chase? Nope, they're going to give up. Both players decided they had enough of that fight, and they're going to fall back. Fourth base here for Taeja on the left side of the map. The first Ultralisk has made his way out into the game. 3-3 on the way for Stephano, and his upgrades are just so on the nose. Like, anytime there's a chance to get an upgrade, Stephano gets it. He's just always about getting those upgrades, not afraid to go in the late game at all. Macro hatch there in the main, as we can see. That's another thing Stephano does. He loves adding one macro hatch in his main and keeping one queen on both of them. That way, if he needs to use extra energy, he'll just drop it on either one or the other. Another one of those like classic Stephano just things Stephano does that not many other people do. A lot of spy crawlers going up here at this new base. He wants to keep that thing alive. He knows that Taeja's had a proclivity to drop over there quite a bit, so he wants to ensure this base stays alive, and he just won't have to deal with that kind of crap. Here comes the drop. Stephano repositioning in the middle of the map, taking control of those unlocked towers. The drop does come, but there are Zerglings and Banelings over there. In the meantime, Baneling connects, takes out most of those Marines, only 3, 4. Actually, they're still falling out of the sky. I don't know if he picked those up or whatnot, but he keeps most of those Marines alive. Anyways, Stephano at 188 supply, actually being supply blocked off right now. Gonna have to make a couple more of those guys. 4 spy crawlers do pop up, so he'll have that on lockdown. And look at this, like I was saying, it's infestors. Like Stephano with his infestors scouting out the enemy mech army, and it's actually going to backfire here because there's a missile turret being built. So unless Stephano's paying attention there, he's going to lose 2 infestors for not much of anything. So usually that works out for Stephano. Very rarely do Terran players scan. I mean, it's kind of the same thing the way Protoss players have observers over the Terran army. And yep, he lost those infestors to that missile turret, that one tank taking just a teeny bit of damage. And while we're on the topic of siege tanks and damage, there's this awesome article, I can't remember who wrote it, sorry, on Team Liquid, a blog post actually discussing like the mechanics and just kind of a really good discussion about overkill and the difference between Brood War and Starcraft 2 tank AI. It's a really, really good read. I'd recommend everybody checking it out if you're interested in Starcraft at all. Gives some pretty good arguments for different things and why maybe have a switch to the different, or actually the Brood War style of mech splash damage. Going back to the overkill style. And now the Ultras are coming in from the bottom, and there's more units coming from the top. The tanks are going to be disabled quite quickly with the Ultras on the top. There's a huge Bio army pushing forward here, and those Ultras are going to have to fall back. He's going to need some type of Burrowed Banelings or infestors to deal with that. There's just way too much Bio here for those Ultras to deal with, and he's going to fall back. And those Ultras are a little bit low there. A couple of them in the front, about half life. Maybe Stephano's going to be able to transfuse those. And look at this. Wow. Taeja really getting ready for the late game there. Drops on the top left once again. Baneling's going to clear those up. And Stephano with some really nice control. Look at that, even pulling the Banelings away, not wanting to waste one Baneling on one Marine. Really good control there from Stephano here, going on even into the late game. 4 starports coming up, and they're all tech labs. One's a reactor, so I guess either a lot of battle cruisers, Ravens, or possibly some Vikings on that. That one infested took out that. That's funny. A drop over here at the main. Is he going to be able to do any damage in here? It doesn't look like it. The Queen are going to get a couple hits in there, and those medevacs will be able to sneak on out of there. But Fungal goes down, and Stephano's going to take this out. Doesn't look like it, but over here in the top left, once again, another drop goes down, but Stephano already has units there. Zerglings, 3-3 Zerglings there with the crack upgrade. are going to be able to take out these Marines. Not enough here to deal too much damage. Yep, he's going to be forced to pick those up. And Stephano is just kind of being everywhere with these, stopping the harassment. There hasn't been really much drop play from Taeja that has done much damage this game. And versus any other weaker Zerg player, Protoss player, these drops can really tear you apart. So it's nice to see Zerg players that can just, you know, easily manage those drops like they aren't even there. So Stephano with completely maxed ground army here. And it looks like that infestor just snuck on up there. Got 2 kills, snuck by that missile turret. Survived the trip. The base over here in the top left, actually I should say middle left, is pretty full saturated already with mules and SCVs, making a bunch. Look at all those command centers being built here by Taeja. Taeja wanting to maybe cut some SCV supply in favor of mules. Max out a little bit higher on his army value. But oh no, the stim Marines going there just the worst time as soon as all the spine crawlers finish. They're saying, come on in. The water's fine. Maybe a little bit pokey. So Stephano making his way to the middle of the map, taking the control of that Zolnag Tower on the right. This infestor is still just crawling around. He's going to drop some infested Terran on that command center, try and slow that down just a little bit. Taeja is going to back up here as you're repositioning. I'm not quite sure where Taeja is heading to. Stephano checked to the left side again, making sure his opponent isn't going to run right by him to his opponent's base. A couple Broodlords out for Stephano. Neural Parasite being researched. Seeker Missiles being researched. A couple Ravens coming out. +2 attack on the way. +1 Flyer attack on the way also. And there are now Destructible Rocks up here instead of Creep. I like this. I like the Destructible Rocks instead of the Creep. I think that's a better change. So the Zergling run by happens. And it's going to get in there and do a little bit of damage. We'll see how much Taeja is going to commit to this attack, because there's another attack over here on the right. It's going to be pushed up with the Broodlords. And he does burrow. And what is he killing? Oops, Taeja was actually killing his own refinery there. It's very unlike Taeja to attack move your own buildings. And a drop in the top left. There's a lot of Marines up here, but the Bailings do a lot of damage. There's just enough Zerglings to hold, and it's hard to say. The Medivacs are healing so well here. 3-on-3. Looks like the Medivacs are going to change the fight here, and the Marines do survive. And Stephano is really sieging up this army over here. Siege tank play, a lot of Vikings pushing forward. There's the Ravens, and oh, Hunter Seeker Missile, it takes out one. Actually, I think I only got one Broodlord there, but the second one gets taken out very quickly. And Taeja has a really nice air defense up here. A lot of Marines with STEM, 3-3. And the Vikings with 1-1 upgrade as well. So, I mean, Taeja's got this air force pretty good. Maybe Stephano's going to have to make a couple more Corruptors to kind of break that. And, of course, there are the Corruptors on the way. 9 more coming out. A couple Zerglings that were burrowed over here, getting unburrowed, gonna deal with that. Marauders take them out pretty quickly, but once again, Zergling run by on the left side of the map while the main force from Stephano is pushing on the right. Plenty of Ravens there to be seen, and a lot of infested Terran are being hatched there on the high ground, trying to push forward, allowing for some more AA. And oh wow, those Ravens are so low and they're just being picked off. Unfortunately, those are in the same control group as his Vikings, and he just lost all those Ravens to a little bit of misplay there. Over here on the left side, the Zergling counterattack is just mowing through all these mules, and Stephano is just dealing so much damage over here on the left. Oh, the Corruptors are dying. There's too many Vikings. The Marines show up, and Stephano's forced to fall back. Supply favoring Stephano by just a little bit. 13 more Vikings, actually, sorry, Corruptors coming out. 4 more Broodlords being produced. More upgrades coming on the way for Stephano. And Stephano's trying to do whatever damage he can to this base over here. Let's check the loss count. It's actually evened up quite a bit now. That's looking pretty good for a Zerg player. Broad once again, just going to try and keep those guys alive. Live to harass another day. And wait, once again, Taeja. I think you shot this orbital command there. I think that's what he shot, because I saw him shoot something, and I don't think there were any units there. But Taeja getting a little, those Marines are revolting over there on his side of the map. So Stephano with his half of the map, and Taeja with mostly his half of the map. Once again, infested Terran being popped up by this lone infestor. And he could kill this orbital command maybe if he focuses down on it. He's got 10 damage on those guys. This thing's do quite a bit of damage. There he goes. Now he's going to focus fire down, and that orbital command looks like it's going to fall unless he gets something up there to repair. Dropped also at the 5th base of Stephano. And is he going to get it? We'll come back to that. No, nice! Oh, nice! Nice fungal, nice Baneling connector, and Stephano just crushes that whole attack there. Taeja did not split those units. He was probably too busy paying attention to that orbital command that just got saved there. You can see there in the bottom. And those 4 Marines are being so pesky with that Ultralisk. That Ultralisk is thinking, they're just too small. It's like a elephant trying to fight a rat or a mouse or something. They're just so small. It's like I'm trying to stomp on them, and by the time I get there, they're all gone. And there we go. Picks back up Taeja, wanting to keep that harass alive. And here we have, once again, Stephano making his way on the bottom side of the map, trying to pressure that main, stop the production facilities of Stephano. Or, sorry, stop the production of Taeja. Once again, throwing some infested Terran up there on the high ground, but they will be dropped so quickly by the Marines and siege tanks. Corruptors pushing forward, try to take out the Vikings to get the air superiority so they can push those Broodlords in. But look at that so quickly. Oh, man, Taeja is just holding this position so well. And Taeja just doing such a good job of holding that. Stephano trying to break at every point possible. All at the same time, counterattacking over here on the left. There's a Planetary Fortress here. And once again, the infested Terran being dropped by the Infestor. Baneling on the way. Some drones being transferred down here to the new base. And attack in the middle. Huge fungals. All those Marines getting extremely low. He needs another fungal just to clear that up. Or the Ultras could just come in there and chew them all through. There we go. Nice connects. Couple Infestor and be dropped. There's so many Vikings. The supply is so close. Army supply 111 versus 87. So Taeja with the bigger army supply is going to continue to push forward here. Oh no, the Overlords are, sorry, the Broodlords are on the run. He's going to lose those Broodlords, but luckily enough, Stephano turns those guys around. Infestor, he's going to stick around too to die. No, he's going to go out, and but this is the point where Stephano, he's remaxed right now with 26 Zerglings. Is it going to be enough? Can he stop this? Taeja, he doesn't really want Taeja to get a stronghold on his side of the map with siege tanks up and a ton of Vikings. And even a Thor out. 3 attack upgrades on that Thor. That Thor does a bunch of damage. Is Taeja going to turn around? He's going to continue to press forward. We will see here. New base for Taeja, moving out to the middle of the map. Stephano trying to play like this. And Taeja also trying to take it, but he'll run into a rude awakening here. Oh no, a lot of Banelings is being morphed right next to the whole Terran army. And Taeja finds a sweet spot here. He's going to kill all the Corruptors. Oh no, this is such a bad engagement for Stephano. He's going to lose everything. Taeja just completely sideswipes Stephano's army and crushes it. I think the army, yeah, look at that, 97 versus 142. About a 50 supply lead for Taeja. Now he's just going to make his way, killing all the creep tumors with the vision from that Raven. He's going to get into the production lines of Stephano, and this seems like it's going downhill for Stephano at the moment. Orbital Command trying to play in on top of the hatchery. Not going to happen. Queens go down. Zerglings rallied out here. They're just going to fall. And a couple Ultras. Here comes Stephano to the last of his main forces. A couple Infestors in there. 2 tanks are going to fall to the Ultralisk. There's way too much bile here. Even going to land the Vikings on top of it. The Ultras will clean up the Vikings. I don't know if Taeja's just sacrificing those Vikings, saying, you know, you can have them. I want to free up some supply. The Bile Force is going to run away, but he gets picked up, and Taeja's going to save that. But the base does get cleaned up over here by a couple Marines. This base over here is up as well, so Taeja really getting some map control. Has more bases than Stephano at this point. And Taeja has to be feeling pretty good. He stopped that whole push from Stephano. And managed to do a counterattack of his own, take out, what was that, 2 bases he took out? Got a lot of 3 unit kills. Counterattack from the Zerglings over here on the left, forced to have all these guys lift up. The orbital commands, you know, they're like, I had enough of that location. That is bad. That's bad territory over there. I don't like it. He talked to his realtor. He's going to move north. Too many Zerglings attacks in that neighborhood. Too many run-bys. Too many Zergling run-bys. He had enough of it. Moving out. And 1 Zergling over here just being extremely pesky. And look at this. Stephano rebuilt the hatchery underneath the orbital command before the creep proceeded. Stephano is just being annoying as possible this game. Just trying to force these. He's got more. I think he's got more orbital commands flying maybe at this point. Well, he did there for a second. He had like 3 or 4 of them in the sky. Actually, it was more like, yeah, at least 4 of them in the sky. Uh-oh, all the Ravens got fungled. No, he's not going to continue the fungal there. I was hoping he was going to be able to get those Ravens, but there's just so many units here for Taeja now, fully supplied. And there go the, Hunter Secret Mill. He's dragging him straight to the rest of Taeja's army, and the splash damage goes down. The Bio gets macro to the back, and all the Infestors go down. And oh no, Hunter Secret Missile chasing the Infestors. They no, not today, not today. The Ultralisk walks right over it, doesn't even care. And Taeja is just pushing forward to this top left base is Stephano, just going to A-move straight into that, clean up this little bit of the base, and the mules now just mining around the hatchery. They don't even mind. So Stephano losing another base. Stephano pretty much out of army at this point. It's double the supply of his opponent. Look at that, 54 army supply versus 162. Looking so good here for Taeja. So Taeja should be able to clean this up here in a second. Baneling's rolling in, going to connect to some SCVs, take out some mules, because you know what? Why not? Raven's just chilling out. Where is Taeja going? I guess he's going to go back. Stephano just trying to muster any sort of an army he can. He doesn't want to give up. You do not want to give up any games against Taeja in a best of 3 if you don't have to. And oh, there they go. A couple more Hunter Seeker missiles dropping out there. Point defense drone goes down to stop those queen shots. Something you don't see every day. And even some auto turrets being thrown, and here comes the final blow from Taeja. Stephano's going to have to hold it here in his main with so few forces. The Manor Mules land. And I think that's the point, Stephano. He's going to give it another shot. Going straight in. He's going to save his hive. He is. Oh, wow. Big Baneling connects there, but it's... the whole Bioforce, all the Marines in this whole area just disintegrated. Stephano kills that so cost effectively. Stephano laughing. Well played from Stephano. Game over. So Taeja is going to take that first game in the series. Very long game there, 36-minute game. And now that I think about it, I think this game actually was commentated. I had fun commentating it for you guys. And yeah, that's it. That was a pretty good game. Stephano gave it his shot. He tried run-bys. Really good control from both players. Stephano stopping so many of those drops. And both players playing really defensive. Like it seemed like each player's defense was better than their offense. Stephano's so good on his defense whenever he was stopping those drops, and Taeja's so good on dealing with those Zergling run-bys and dealing with that whole army pressure from Stephano's infested Terran and his Broodlords and Corruptor pressure. But Stephano maybe overworks it a little bit too much. Taeja takes the win. Game number 1 versus Stephano. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later.